Hi students, welcome to Digital Electronics course. In Digital Electronics, we are going to see this course in three parts. We will see the basics. This is the first thing, and then we will see combinational circuits, combinational, then we will see sequential circuits. In basics, we are going to see the number systems, next the base conversions, next binary codes, next complements, binary addition and subtraction, Boolean algebra, properties and functions, canonical and standard forms, logic and universal gates, K-maps and don't care, next tabulation method, that is Queen MC plus key method. Then in combinational circuits we are going to see adders, subtractors, code converters, analysis, combinational circuit, parallel, adder, magnitude, comparator, decoders, encoders, multiplexers and demultiplexers. In sequential circuits, we are going to see the flip-flops and conversion. Then we will see FSM, Moore and Mealy. Then we will see registers. Then counters. In counters, we are going to see two types of counters: asynchronous and synchronous. In synchronous, we are going to see ring counter and Johnson counter. In asynchronous, we are going to see ripple counter and modium counter. So first, coming to the basics, we are going to see what a number system is. So we have different kind of number system: binary, octal, decimal, hexadecimal. These are the number systems we have, and we denote a binary number for example like this: C110 base 2. This is called as base or radix. I will tell you later. So octal is nothing but octal have base 8 and decimal have base 10. Hexadecimal have base 16. So hexadecimal have base 16, base 10 is decimal, 8 is octal and 2 is binary. This base, this number with some y, it is in this form now. Here y is called as base or radix. These are the digits of that number. So the weight of this number will be, this is x1, this is x2. The weight of this number will be x1 into base power 0. This is called as weight of x1 x2 into base power 1. This is weight of x2. Sum of weights is equal to magnitude. So what is the magnitude? So therefore magnitude is equal to x1 y power 0 plus x2 y power 1. So this is nothing but the magnitude. So we know what is base or radix, what is the weight of a digit, and what is called the magnitude. These are the three main things we should know. Base conversions. So in base conversions, I have simplified this thing in two ways. I have separated this base conversions. The first thing is binary, octal, hexadecimal, to decimal, binary to decimal, or octal to decimal, or a hexadecimal to decimal. We have only one process, and the reverse process also, it will be the similar thing. From decimal to, if we want to convert to binary or octal or hexadecimal, we have one kind of thing to apply. So how to do? And okay, so let's see binary to decimal example. This is one first step, first process, second process. So example for first process, suppose 110, this is a binary number, it is given, they are asked to convert to decimal. Then what we are going to do? So here simply 0 into 2 power 0 plus 1 into 2 power 1 plus 1 into 2 power 2. See, the first digit is multiplied with 2 power 0. That means here we are finding the magnitude. This magnitude will be the decimal form. This magnitude will be the decimal thing. Okay, so now what is here? This is 4, this is 2, this is 0. So the decimal form of this is equal to 6. This is the decimal form. Okay, next, for example, so for everything, for octal, for hexadecimal also same thing you have to do. One more example, let's see. For octal to decimal, suppose 765 1. This is asked to convert to decimal. Simply multiply the digit with, so we have to find the weights and add them. So 1 into 8 power 0 plus, so decimal form, decimal is equal to 1 into, then 5 into 8 power 1 plus 6 into 8 power 2 plus 7 into 8 power 3. So in this way we will get. Similarly, hexadecimal is given, so A, B, 1, 2. This is given, this is asked to convert to decimal. Then what to do? Decimal is equal to 2 into 16 power 0 plus 1 into 16 power 1 plus B into 16 power 2 plus A into 16 power 3. But how can we multiply this A and B? So we have some important thing. So in hexadecimal system we are using the letters ABCD. So A will have the value 10, B will have the value 11 in hexadecimal system, then C will have 12, then D will have 13. That's it. So we will use A to F in hexadecimal representation. Okay, so we are going to use these values. Here, and find the decimal equivalent. Next, this is the first thing. So decimal first for the first process. Example for the second process is decimal is given and they are asked to convert to binary or octal or hexadecimal. Then what to do? Let's see. 121. They are asked to convert into binary. Then what to do here? Then simply we are going to take this number 121. We know this will have radix 2, this will have radix 8, this will have radix 16. Then simply divide this number with 2. Then you will get here the remainder is 1. Then again 2, 30, 0, 2, 15, 0, 2, 7, 1, 2 3s are 6, 1, 2 1s are 2. Then remainder will be 1. In this way you have to write this. So this number is given like this 1 1 0 0 1. So this will be the binary equivalent of this decimal. Similarly we can do for octal and 16. Let me try to give one more example which is very important. Suppose 10.123. So this number is given. Then how to convert to binary or octal or hexadecimal? Let's try to do with octal now. So let's try to do with octal. Let's try to convert octal. Octal have this radix 8. So 10, the point before thing you have to take and you have to do this division. Then here the point after things you have to take it like this 123 and you have to multiply it by 8. Here first let's do this. So 8 1s are 8 and remainder will be 2, and 8 1s are 8 and remainder will be 2. So you have to write in this way. Here we have to write 1 2. This is one part of the answer, and the second part you will get from here. So the point before thing you got, and the point after thing you will get 0.984. Again you have to do into 8, again into 8. Then you will get 7.872, again into 8. Here notice that you should not take, you should multiply this thing, only this thing you have to multiply 0.872 for the next time. Okay, here this 7 point, this whole thing you have to take 0.872 into 8. Then you will get 6.976. One more important thing is that the digits, each digit of the binary will be less than the radix, each digit will be less than 2. Here also each digit will be less than 8. Okay, and here each digit should be less than 10. Generally we use decimal system in our daily life. So there you can see that we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. Every number, every digit is less than 10. Okay, so next coming to hexadecimal, here also every digit 1 is less than 16, 0 is less than 16, a, what is a, 10 is less than 16. Okay, so every digit is less than its radix. This is wrong because here we have to not take the first 0. Okay, so we have to not take this, so we should not take this first 0. Okay, remaining you have to take. The answer is 12.0076 to the base 8. This is the required answer. And next, coming to, okay, we have seen the first part of the conversions. So how to convert binary, octal or hexadecimal to decimal. And in some cases they will give the base of their own, like suppose they give 672 base 9. Suppose they ask this to convert into decimal, then what you will do, the same procedure what you are doing to convert binary to decimal, the same thing will be applicable here. Okay, the reverse process also we have seen. Now the second thing is octal to binary to hexadecimal. These are only the paths available. So if you want, the given number is octal and you want to convert into hexadecimal, compulsory you have to pass through this step. Okay, so first you have to convert into binary, then you have to convert into hexadecimal. Similarly, the reverse process also, you want to convert hexadecimal to octal, then you have to convert hexadecimal to binary, then binary to octal. Let's see some example how to do. Suppose 12 base 8, this octal number is given. Okay, we have to convert into hexadecimal. So how to convert? Actually we don't know how to convert into binary. First let's see that. So first we have to convert into binary. So they are asked to find hexadecimal. First we are going to find the binary. So how to find the binary? Here simply we know this is 8, base 8, and binary have base 2. So this is some binary we want to convert into binary. So this 8 can be written as 2 cube, right? So 8 can be written as 2 cube, 8 power 1 is equal to 2 cube, right? Then the 1 bit of this is equal to 3 bits in binary. That means here for 2 we have to represent this 2 in 3 bits of binary, and 1 will have 3 bits of binary. So how to do that? So first we have to write for 2, then we have binary of 2, that is 1 0 1 0, and the binary equivalent of 1 will be 0 0 1. So the complete thing will be 0 0 1 0 1 0. This will be the binary equivalent of this thing. But in front zeros we will not consider this, so we can simply write this as 1010 base 2. Okay, so in this way we can convert to binary. Then from binary to hexadecimal we are going to convert. Then from binary to hexadecimal, binary 1010 we are going to convert into hexadecimal. Now 2 power 4 and 16 power 1, these both are equal, so 4 bits of this can be written as 1 bit of this, right? So what is the value of this? It is actually, what is the value of this in decimal? So it is 1 into 2 power 1 plus 0 into 2 power 2 plus 1 into 2 power 3. This is 8, this is 0, this is 2, this is 0. So it is 10. What is 10 in hexadecimal? 10 is nothing but A. Then 1010 base 2 is nothing but A, base 16. Similarly, the reverse process also. Suppose this is given, suppose they are asked to find E to convert into octal. Then what we have to do, I will take this E. What is the value of E? So E will have 14. So this 14, here see 16 power 1 is equal to 2 power 4. Okay, so 1 bit is represented in 4 bits. Then what? 1110 in binary. Now then we will convert to octal. So how to convert to octal? See, in case of octal, 2 power 3 is equal to 8 power 1, right? 3 bits of binary is equal to 1 bit of octal. Then 3 bits. See, we have to always take from the left, otherwise some point is there, from that point we will take. Okay, if some decimal point is there, from that point we will take the 3 digits. See here, only one bit is there here. Then what we have to do? Then we will consider zeros in front. Okay, then it will become 0 0 1 and 1 1 0. So this will become 1 bit and this will become 1 bit. So here that is 6, and here we will have 1. So here 16, that means 1110 base 2, this will be 16 base 8. Okay, so this is the thing. Summary of conversions. We have divided into 2 parts: binary, octal, decimal to decimal. Then what is the reverse process, that also we have seen. And octal to binary to hexadecimal and reverse process. So with these things, if you know these both, you can solve this part, and you know how to solve this thing, then you can convert anything from anything to anything. Okay, so these are the simplified version of understanding how the conversions. Suppose binary is given, suppose this, any of these is given, and we are converting to decimal. Then what to do? Some digits, some point digits are given. Then what we are going to do? We are multiplying this digit with r power 0, this digit with r power 1, and this digit with r power 2, this digit with r power 3, and point after we are multiplying this with r power minus 1, r power minus 2, and r power minus 3. Okay, so this is the thing we are going and adding all of this. So we are multiplying this and this and this and this, and then we are adding this into this plus this into this plus this into this plus this into this. So this is the thing we are doing when they give any of these and they are asked to find to convert into decimal. Then what is the reverse process? Reverse process, when decimal is given and they are asked to find this, then suppose some decimal is given, point this 0 0 0 0, some decimal is given. Okay, this is, let it be stars stars stars. Okay, so this is given. So now what you are going to do? You are going to divide this because the point is there here. So 0 0 0 0, this is not 0, this is some digit actually. So you are doing the division with r, and you are finding some the digits in that form, like binary form, octal form, and you will get some x, y, and z, then a, you will get something like this. Okay, so in this way you are going to write, that is a, z, y, x. Okay, in this way, point after. How you will get this, I have said you clearly. So you have to take the point after thing, multiply it by r. Okay, again you will get something, x, y, z, and you will get capital A point x, y, z, and something. Okay, and again into r you have to do. Then again you will get capital B point p, q, r, and again into r, and you'll go on doing that. So here we have to write this in this form. Okay, from up to down. But see, we have to never consider this first 0, we have to never consider. From a, b only we will write. So a, b, so the answer will be like this. Okay, so converting decimal to any of this. What is r here? R is the radix. What is radix? Radix is nothing but binary have radix 2, octal have radix 8, hexadecimal have radix 16. Okay, when this is given and they are asked to find the decimal, then we are multiplying this particular digit with that position. This simply we are finding the magnitude and adding them. Okay, then in this case what we are doing, this is total rough work. This is total rough work. How to do the process, how to do, then how to do octal to binary, binary to hexadecimal, or some they are asked to find octal to hexadecimal. Then also you have to convert to binary first, and then only you have to convert into hexadecimal. Okay, so here technique is octal have 8 and 2, here this have radix 16. So simply you will try to, suppose you want to convert octal to binary, then you will take octal to binary, then you will write in this way, 2 power 3 is equal to, sorry, this is 8 only, 8 power 1 is equal to 2 power 3. Okay, this 8 will be 8 only, 2 will be 2 only. Okay, then from here you are concluding that 1 bit of octal is equal to 3 bits of binary. Okay, in which case we do this, we do this in case of when we are converting octal to binary. Suppose you want to convert binary to octal, then what you will do, then you will put 2 implies 8 and 2 power 3 implies 8 power 1, that means 3 bits is equal to 1 bit of octal. Suppose binary to octal you are doing now, suppose they will give example like 110, from the right end you are going to take the 3 bits. If the 3 bits are not sufficient, you have only 1 bit, you are taking extra zeros. Okay, you can take that. Suppose a point is given here. Okay, suppose it is given like this, 101.11. suppose it is given in this way, then how will you take, you will take from the point the 3 bits is equal to 1 digit, and after point you will take like this. If there is no digits, then put 0 to fill that it is 3 digits. Now you have to find the equivalent of this and equivalent of this. What is the equivalent of this? 1 plus, and here what is the equivalent of this number? That is 2 plus 4, that is 6. So 5.6 will be the answer here. Okay, so in this way, so hexadecimal, you have seen the examples, right? So from there you can do simply. Okay, so keep this in mind. So hexadecimal to binary, how to do this? 2, 16 power 1, 2 power 4. So one digit you will take from this hexadecimal and you will put to 4 digits of that equivalent in binary form. Okay, that is hexadecimal to binary. Every combination is possible if you learn these two methods. Then binary codes. Binary codes. So I'll tell you this in the next page. It is a very important code, gray code. 8421 is nothing but the general binary form which we are using till now, right? So 1 means 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, right? So how we'll write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This in general binary form, it is 0, 0, 0, 0 and 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, so and so on we can write this. So this is general binary form, right? So these are the different codes. And XS3, how we got this? 0, 0, 1, 1. When we are adding 3, what is 3? 0, 0, 1, 1. When we are adding this, we are getting this. When we are adding 3 here, we are getting this. So in this way you will get XS3 code from binary code. Okay, from binary code, this is binary code, general binary code. From general binary code you will get XS3 by adding 3. Okay, and this is the binary codes. Then what is gray code? Gray code. Before going to gray code, let's see some simple operation. You all know AND operation. AND operation. What is AND operation? This is denoted by dot. Suppose A, B, A and B. So how can we write this? 1, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So here 0 0 0 0 1. So this is AND operation, right? In the same way, we have XOR operation. XOR operation. So what is XOR operation? It is denoted by like this. It is denoted by dot. It is denoted by plus and a circle. Okay, it is denoted by like this. So this is XOR and this is XOR gate. This is XOR gate. Okay, this is XOR gate. So you have to understand this before going to gray code. Okay, so this is the output. So A XOR B, A XOR B, A XOR B will be 0 0 0 1. So when these both are same, you will get 0. When these both are different, you will get 1. When again same, you will get 0. This is the operation of XOR gate. So this is the concept of XOR. So I'll tell you later why I'm telling this. So gray code. So this is the gray code. So here, so why this is introduced? Because when we are moving from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 3, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, only one digit gets changed. So here these three are same and one digit is changed, and when we are coming from this to this are same and this is changed from 0 to 1, and when we are coming from this to this, only one digit changed, that is 1 is changed to 0 and remaining is same. Okay, and when we are coming to this, only this 0 is changed to 1 and remaining digits are same. So everywhere the same thing will happen. So that's why due to one, because of changing only one digit, we are entering into the new number. So this is called as gray code. That's to gray code, binary to gray code. How we will convert? Suppose 0 0 0 0 is there in binary, we want to convert this to gray code. So in gray code also it is 0 0 0 0. I'll explain you how to convert. Here there is simple process. First digit will be directly written as 0. Okay, first digit will be directly written as 0, and we have to do the XOR operation between these two digits, this digit and the previous digit. We have to do the XOR operation between this and this. What is XOR operation? If same, then 0, if different, then 1. Here these both are same, so same means 0, then we are getting 0. Okay, then now we want to write the third digit. Here again we have to do the XOR operation between this digit and this digit. Then from there we can write this 0 and XOR operation between these both. From there we can write the fourth 0. Okay, so in this way we can write. Let's try to convert one more thing. Suppose we have 1 1 1 0. Suppose this is the binary and we are going to convert into gray. So how we will convert this? Here first digit is written as it is 1, and the second digit, when it is coming to the second digit, if we want the second digit, we have to do the XOR operation between first two. Okay, that digit and the previous digit, 1 and 1, so same, then 0, then we will get here 0. Then for the third digit, that is undergone XOR operation with the previous digit, so 1 and 1 same, then 0. Then for the fourth digit, 0 and 1 are undergone XOR operation, then we get 1. Okay, this will be the fourth digit. So in this way we can do. This is the gray code and this is the binary, from binary to gray. Next, coming to gray to binary. Gray to binary. How to do gray conversion from gray code to binary code? Okay, so 1 0 0 1 1. From this we are going to convert to binary. So here also the first digit is written as it is, same. Okay, 1. Then this 1 is compared with this 0 and we are going to write the second digit. Okay, So 1 and 0 are undergone XOR operation. They are different. So 1 will come here. So this 1 is compared with this 0, and we will write the third digit, that is 1. What is comparison? Comparison is nothing but we are applying the XOR operation between 1 and 0. Okay, then we'll get 1, and this 1 and this 1. Then what we get? We get 0, right? And then this 0 and this 1 undergo XOR operation, then we get 1. Okay, because 0 and 1 are different, we'll get 1. So this will be the binary, this will be the binary, and this will be the gray code. Okay, let's do one more example thing. So next thing, complements. So what is R's complement? R's complement is nothing but R minus 1's complement plus 1. So what is R minus 1's complement? I'll tell you that. See here, suppose there is a number 728 is given, and they are asked to find 9's complement. 9's complement. Then what will you do? You have to do R minus 1's complement. That is 8 complement plus 1. So you have to do this thing. You know what is 9's complement means? 8 complement plus 1. What is 8 complement? 8 complement is nothing but you have to subtract each and every digit with 8. Okay, so then you will get 0, 6, then 1. So this will be the 8's complement plus 1 is equal to 161. This will be the R's complement of that. Okay, so 9's complement will be 161 for this. Okay, you will get some use of this. I'll tell you that also. So this is complement. In additions and subtractions, suppose 1011 10000, this is given. Now you have to add this. So when you will add 1 plus 1 is nothing but 1 0. Okay, in binary addition 1 plus 1 is equal to 1 0. 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 1. So this is one example. This is one example, and this is one example. So they are asked to add this. They are asked to add this. Then what will you do? You will simply add. What is the equivalent of this? It is 4. What is the equivalent of this? It is 9. Now what is the addition actually? It is 13. But once you add and see, you will get 1 1 0 1. But what is the equivalent? So subtraction with complements. So they'll tell that perform a subtraction with 9's complement, or else with 10's complement. They'll give in such way. So number they will give, this is some number they will give. This will be always equal to x plus y complement. X plus y complement. Y dash is nothing but the R's complement. R's complement of y. So what is R? They will give. Otherwise you have to take it R. Okay. So the R's complement of y. X minus y is asked, and you will do this. Then carry comes. Carry come. Carry won't come. So after doing x plus 1, you will get a carry. See here, we got a carry here. Carry is not coming means you are getting till here only. Okay, suppose this is 0, you will not get the carry. But here you are getting a carry outside. That means number of digits are increased. Then that is called as carry. So if carry comes, then note this. Discard it and add 1. discard it and add 1. Okay, I'll explain you. Minus, put minus, find r's complement of it and put minus in front. Okay, you have to do this. So when subtraction is given, you'll simply find the complement of this negative number and you will add that. Okay, what complement? R's complement. R is given. If it is not given, then you will take on your own. Then after adding, if carry comes, you have to discard that carry. That means here see, we are getting a carry. Suppose think, so this is something, you leave this total, you are getting a carry here. So when you are getting a carry, then you will discard it. That means you will not take it into consideration. You will take only this as the answer. Discard it and add 1. Add 1 is nothing but you will add again 1 to this answer. That means 0 0 1 1 plus 1. You will do this. Then what will you get? Here 0 1 0 1, then you will get 1, here 0. So this will be the final answer. Okay, this will be the final answer. Signed numbers, representation of signed numbers. So in this we have two things: signed magnitude form and complement form. Complement form. In signed magnitude form, see, plus is denoted by 0 and minus is denoted by 1. Okay, note this. Okay, representation of signed numbers. Till now we have represented only the numbers, not only the positive numbers. Now we are going to represent the signed numbers, means my negative numbers also, and positive and minus is denoted by 1. Then signed magnitude form. So it will be in this form. See here, in signed magnitude form, the sign will be here. Here sign, and here the general binary number. And in complement form, we have two things: one's complement form and two's complement form. One's complement form and two's complement form. And in one's complement form, it will be in this way. See, here we will write the sign. Here also we will write the sign. Here one's complement of binary. Here two's complement of binary. So it will be in this way. I'll tell you the example. See here, representation of signed numbers. Suppose you want to represent -7. So 7 is nothing but this thing, right? So you have also minus. So the signed magnitude form of -7 will be 1 1 1 1. Okay, suppose they given you 1 1 0. Tell me what is this number. It is a signed magnitude. It is in signed magnitude form. Tell me what is this number. So they'll ask in this way. Then you know that the first thing you have to separate from the whole, and you have to find the equivalent of this, and this you have to consider only for the, you have to only collect the sign from this. Okay, from this bit you are going to collect only the sign. Then you will get minus here, 6 here, 6. So this is -6. So this is the way of identifying, and this is the way of converting. This is the sign magnitude form. One's complement form is sign. So okay, what is sign? A minus. So I'll put 1. Then one's complement of binary. So what is the binary of 7? Binary of 7 is 111. Then what is the one's complement? One's complement is nothing but simply the subtracting 1 from this. Okay, then you will get 0 0 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. So this will be the one's complement of -7. Then 2's complement. We are doing r minus 1's complement plus 1. So here 2's complement form. Sign will be this thing. What is the 2's complement of this? First we are going to find 1's complement. 1's complement of this will be 0 0 0, and at the last we are adding 1, then it will become 0 0 1. So this is the 2's complement. Okay, 0 0 1. So this is we are going to consider. So that is complement form of a signed number. Okay, 1's complement, 2's complement, that's it. You'll have only this thing. We are going to see Boolean algebra. In Boolean algebra, we have some rules. I'll tell you the most important rules. Only these are enough. So, a plus ab is equal to a plus a minus b is equal to a plus b, a x not b is equal to a b bar plus a bar b, a x not b is equal to a bar b bar plus a b, a x or b whole bar is equal to this thing. Okay. These are actually the simple formulas. These are not the rules, but simple formulas. But important things. So you will face the problem at the time of solving. So you see the cumulative, associative, De Morgan law, absorption law. Okay, these laws you know already. Okay, I'm not going to tell those. So let's see another thing, theorem, consensus theorem. So once see all the laws. Okay, see all the laws. Then xy plus x bar z plus yz plus xy plus xz. This is the consensus theorem. This is xz. This is consensus theorem. And then I'll tell you what is the difference between duality and De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law state that a dot b whole bar is equal to a bar plus b bar. De Morgan's law is also called as complementation. For complementation of a dot b, we are using De Morgan's law. What is De Morgan's law? This is just a formula. This is De Morgan's law. Okay, suppose a plus b into c whole bar, this is given. This is the complementation of a plus b into c. Okay, for this we are going to use De Morgan's law. What is De Morgan's law? A into b whole bar. This is just a this formula is called as De Morgan's law. So we'll generally get confused between this complementation and duality. What is complementation and what is duality? Let's see. Suppose a dot b is given. What is the dual of a dot b? They will ask a plus b. In duality, into is converted to plus and plus is converted to into, 1 is converted to 0 and 0 is converted to 1. That's it. This is all about duality. When coming to De Morgan's law, plus is converted to into and into is converted to plus and 1 is converted to 0 and 0 is converted to 1, same like this. And the extra thing is what, x bar is converted to x and x is converted to x bar, but here it is not happening. See here, a dot b is simply written as a plus b. Okay, but here see, a dot b complementation is written as a bar plus b bar, but here we are not taking the bar, right? So we should not take that in duality. In complementation we will take everything complement. Okay, so here the elements are also get negated, but here it won't happen. Simply we are converting 1 to 0 and 0 to 1, plus 2 into and into 2 plus. That's it. That is duality and De Morgan's law. Difference between that.